Alright, so I just made $10,000 in 2 days and I've secured that payout with FTMO, which is prop firms. Now, prop firms is something where you can start with as little as $10 to $500 to $1,000 and get up to $1 million funded and make $10,000. There is no other way to have that type of return on investment in this day and age. Now, if you're new to prop firms, just watch this video and I'll prove you to the concept. If you know what prop firms are, it's the 3rd of January today as I'm filming this. So in 2 days, 1st and 2nd, I was able to make $9,200, a little bit more than that, but I had a losing trade as well. But $9,200 is secured. Now, I will not trade that account now, and it's FTMO. So once the certificate is done, I will share that on social media. I've documented this whole journey this year for you guys to follow. I did it last year, 2 years ago with 2.5 million, last year with all the trading that I did, and this year the goal is to do $1 million in profits myself and $1 million with my students. So if you're here for the journey, let's enjoy. And if you're here to learn, let's also enjoy. So without further ado, let's get to the charts. So first and foremost, this is FTMO's dashboard. Now, there are a lot of firms that I'm going to try and trade with. The max allocation with FTMO is 400K, which I already have. So what I do is I trade one account and then I move on to the other. So here we can see that we've got $2,000 and then $7,200, which is the trade. My average loss is around $2,039. And then the payout day, which I'm just going to scroll and be very careful, is the 16th of January 2025. I'm being careful because this video is going to be released before and I don't want people jumping into my account. Now, these are the trades that I was able to take and I was able to kind of cash it through. Here is my Tradezella, which is directly linked to my C Trader, and I'm loving Tradezella at the moment. So Tradezella is like a journal, and I always believe in journaling. Every trader I've interviewed and asked, everyone journals to some degree, because if you can't manage what you don't measure, then you can't measure what you can't manage. So essentially, you have to know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and do more of what you're doing right and less of what you're doing wrong. And then the tip of the scale will sooner or later go into profitability. And that's the secret formula of becoming a profitable trader. It's as simple as that. So we had 2 trades here on the first day, which I'm actually going to go through my report card as well, but if Tradezella loads. So we did 7.2K yesterday and then we did 2K today. And then if you remember on my 3 million video, I said I'm just going to make 5% and then secure the payout and then move on. So 9.2K is $800 away from 10K, which is 5%. I'm fine with that. I don't need to push anymore, don't need to do anymore. I am happy with that payout. Now let's go trade some other accounts and also do some more challenges. So that's the mindset, like the psychology, and something that you could either learn from or just see how that I attack it. Now, this is my trading plan. This is my daily report card. I've got my findings, I've got my strategy write-up, I've got my mantra, I've got the sample testing, I've got all my sample testings and findings here. And these are the things that I do in the workshop with all of my students. Not just that as well, this is something that everyone should be doing when it comes to their trading. I made a video on a playbook is one of the most important things when it comes to trading, because it's your map, it's your GPS. So here is the 2nd of January. We can see on the 2nd of January, I basically wrote down one of the biggest rules is if I have 1 win, I go away. If I have 2 losses, I go away. We had 1 loss, and to be honest, just reviewing at that time, took the trade a tiny bit too early and it moved. But the best and the worst thing, and I think you guys have been through this, is you take the trade, hit stop loss, and it runs in your favor, which we'll see gold in a second. Then I had a second trade, which had a great reaction and a rejection, and another A+ setup for me, which I joined in for a short. It ran, basically holding it, monitoring it and updating it. And the best thing about this is this trade hit the zone, and where I exited was absolutely perfection, because it then pulled all the way back and then ended up pushing higher for the rest of the day. And this goes to show, and this is something that I talk about findings, is just a reminder to myself, secure the profits. The momentum was good, so I was trading, I could trail the profits down, I could make 10K, aim for 15K, and that's where greed comes in, and it can really ruin your trade. And that's why you have to go through the findings to understand more of the things that you're doing right to secure your profits and not be greedy and overextend. That's where you can go into very many mistakes and spiral and lose money. 3rd of Jan, we ended up having a losing trade and then a winning trade, and then that's kind of brought us to where we are now. So I wanted just to quickly show you, my daily report card. I'll show you the mantra, quick flash, and then the trading goals and the stats. And if you want to be a part of this, we've now closed off the education. So if you do want to be a part of my workshops, live trading and all of that things, the next acceptance is 50 slots in the 8th of March in 2025. Now, if this is past the 8th of March in 2025 and you want to look, the wait list will just put you on to the next open slot. But basically, we're doing this, train the current traders we have now, The ones who stay, they're the ones we're going to make them profitable, and the ones who fall off, they fall off. We take a new influx of 50 people, we keep going and going and going, because one of the other goals I want to have is 1 million profits just from my students. To become a better trader, I also become a better mentor. As I learn more about myself and other people, I also become a better trader, so it's a win-win scenario. As much as that, I understand that not everyone can do this, which is why I'm trying to give as much content and value for free on YouTube. But if you do want to learn more and be on condensed, you can go and check it out on the wait list, and it's only £299 every single time. Which brings me on to something that I want to talk about and emphasize again to you guys, because now not only have I talked about in the past on how to become a profitable trader, I'm actually showing you in process in real time from me executing this. And I'm doing it with FTMO. You could not fake these results. Not just that as well, I'm going to do this in multiple ways with multiple firms and show you the possibility and the scalability of what you can be. And this also again goes into financial freedom. And that's why we're trading, right? We're here to make money, let's not be silly. And we don't need as much as you think. We can easily get away with $3,000, $4,000. It's just as the scalability goes up, you want to make 1 million, 2 million, whatever it is, the goals, and that's just how we are as humans. So a gentle reminder is you've got to remember that you must have 3 things in your formula of trading. Is number 1, your strategy, number 2, your psychology and risk, and number 3, becoming profitable, such as your to-do list, your journaling, your reps, and the community. And that's exactly what we're focusing on right now, because I've already got a strategy, I've already got the psychology. I just constantly do, this is 10 years in, I constantly still do the to-do list, journaling, reps, and community. So I'm staying up to date with my students. They're sharing me. I just got another update today. This is only the 3rd day in. We've got 2 people who passed phase 1 and someone's already on a payout, which is crazy. That's because they were funded already from last year. So if you do want to join, £299, it's lifetime, and you can learn, and the goal is to make 2K a month or even more. So Tradezella, this is where I track everything. So again, there's a discount code below if you want to use Tradezella. And then the other thing I wanted to go through is if you want to track this a little bit more in real time to learn from the trades and learn from the psychology and also inspiration, I've got this whole Twitter post where I did this every year because I reply to myself, and as I reply to myself, it shows the before and after. So, you know, as today hits, I secured the 2K, now it's a 10K payout. Yesterday, feeling really good, 7.2K. This is all FTMO and it's linked to Tradezella. Then I was also diving deep through my data of my trading. So for example, I was able to make 304,000. There was 33.4% win rate. My profit factor, I'm going through gold and DAX in terms of the ideal data that I need from them, and the average wins and the average losses to help me. And then not just that, I've already started off with FTMO max allocation. And that's pretty much it for today's video. Wanted to keep it nice, short and sweet. If you also wanted to do, I want to finalize with some promotions because so many of you guys asked me the same question. Other firms other than FTMO is CK Capital, which is the firm I'm working with. There's a 300K challenge launched today, 900K max allocation next month. They've also got 3 different types of challenges: instant funding, 1 step, so you can go and check that down in the link in the description below, up to 50% or 30%, plus a free retry or a top up, which basically means if you fail, you get to reset. Which goes into, you know, what I talked about in the review video of FTMO is FTMO is like the best firm out there, but they're so behind on development because they're the best. And when you're at the top, you don't really want to innovate or do anything different. Another thing that I'm doing this year, and I want to quickly mention, is I'm actually going to do a personal account and sync that alongside. You know, for the past 2 years, well, previously I was only doing personal, then I went into prop firms only. Now this is the year to do both. And I understand that a lot of people are still very pro personal account. So if you do, you can go and trade with Hanko Trade. There's currently a 200% deposit bonus with them. And I just tested out my withdrawal, which is really cool. So I did $10,000 withdrawal, and that $10,000 just hit my bank account. Well, actually hit the crypto wallet today, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to go take care of any of those deals, there's 200%, become a profitable trader, make 10K, do all of these things that we said in these videos, go and get the goodies down below. And last but not least, if you guys can like, share, subscribe, and if you're enjoying this series and you're enjoying the learning, I've put a lot into content in YouTube now, just drop us a subscribe and drop us a comment down below. I really want to try and get this video back to 10K. Our YouTube used to do 10 to 20K views, obviously had some time off, and now we're like 4 or 5, so I just want to bring it back up. And you guys, especially you guys watching right now, if you've watched to the end, like, you are the ones that help us grow, because you will do this, like the actions, you will actually go and comment and you actually support us. So I massively appreciate it if you guys can do that. So thanks guys, look forward to more payouts coming soon. 3 days in and we're already 10K up. Woo, mashallah.